Hello and welcome to the Virtual Groom Room. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you another shaving video. So, what am I using? Today I'm going to be using Connecticut Shade by Caties Bubbles. This is one of actually my favourite soaps I have. The way they say it should smell is sweet tobaccos, vanilla oak, and nutmeg. Would I say that's accurate? I'd say that's pretty spot on, to be honest with you. What I'll do is I'll put kind of like the notes somewhere on the screen so you can have a look. If you hear sound in the background, my dog is not allowed in the bathroom because he makes lots of mess and he may be crying to get in. So ignore him. His name is George. He will eventually be quiet. My brush today is the Fine Accouterments Stubby. It's one of my favourite synthetic brushes I have. This is one of the first brushes I bought too, so it has a special place in my heart. The razor today, as you can probably see by the title, I'm going to continue using the OneBlade Genesis coming up to the review. I'm pretty impressed with it thus far. I've had about, I'd say 6 shaves with it, so this is my 7th. New blade too, so this is a kind of a fresh feather FHS 10, so looking forward to doing that. In terms of aftershaves and stuff like that, we're going to figure that out after, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away, kind of get ready for my shave, get my face prepped, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Hey guys, back again. Got our brush loaded, let's lather up. So, kind of most of you, I imagine anyway, would have used Caties Bubbles soaps in the past, and I have 2 of them and they're very, very good performers, so this is going to be a good shave. Opting for the face lather today. That's adequate for me. Yep, that's adequate for me. Clean the neckline because you see all the build up. That's just primed and waiting to get onto my shirt. Okay, so we've got our OneBlade Genesis with a feather FHS 10 blade loaded. Let's do it, shall we? Let's go across the grain. No, with the grain. So I have a couple of topics to kind of explore in this video. My first one is related to my videos. My last video got a couple of dislikes, and look, I understand that you can't please everybody, but if you're a viewer and you dislike something, I would much prefer you tell me what you disliked so I could address it, rather than, to a degree, give me a bad review and ignore it. It's like walking to a restaurant, having a shit meal, leaving them a shitty Yelp or TripAdvisor review, and not asking for the meal to be replaced. And to a degree, with a dislike, that's what you're doing. You're saying, okay, I didn't like this video, but why? There's no reason why. It's just a blanket statement to say I didn't like a video. You give no explanation. I would always prefer you tell me why. Even if I disagree, so I understand kind of your viewpoint and the reason for you disliking it. I think that's an understandable thing to say. If you need any further explanation, just ask in the comments and I'll give it to you, but I think in terms of fairness, I don't think you can really argue, to be fair, but some people will, I imagine. Yeah, so just tell me. That's what I want. Because I'm fairly new to this, I've not been doing this very long, so any constructive criticism won't go unnoticed. In fact, thank you for it if you do want to give it to me, because frankly, it's welcome, you know? I like to think I'm reasonable, and I'm willing to talk to people about stuff like that as well, so... If you have anything to say, just say it. I can't say I'll always agree with you, because I won't, but... I'm open for discussion, and that's the main thing at the end of the day, in my opinion. So, one of the biggest flaws of this razor, for me, both you and I, presumably you anyway, are used to shaving without any pivot whatsoever, and with like a kind of like an inclined blade angle. And with that, there's a certain amount of pressure we're used to using when shaving. I have found when using this OneBlade Genesis that because it has a pivot that's activated when pressure is put on the head of the razor, it has I have the tendency to put a bit more pressure than I would want. I've not particularly got any razor burn from this razor yet, but in terms of possibilities, I think it really could happen. I'll talk more about that in my first impressions video, but yeah, that's one of the things I'm disliking at the moment. That and the blades feel so fucking sharp. They feel so sharp. I'd say that's fine as a first pass. Usual routine, gonna wash off and I'll see you guys in my second pass. I'll see you in a sec. Hey guys, second pass time. Got our brush, let's lather up. Tiny bit more water. I'm curious to find out kind of what you guys prefer in terms of length. My average, I'd say, is about 17 to 18 minutes. I'm not entirely sure about that, but it must be roughly what it is. Across the green now. I found that this razor does a very good job with this pass. How have your guys' shaves been going? I've stopped shaving every day recently for kind of no reason at all. But mainly due to time constraints, I guess. So, how are your shaves going? What have you been shaving with recently? Any new stuff in the den? So something about the head of this razor, because it's designed to go flat against your face, getting this part, as I said before, can be quite tricky. Because it has a pivoting head doesn't mean you have to use the pivoting head all the time, you know? To get into those trickier spots, just use it like you would a straight, like a single edge razor, kind of on an angle, and it works. We will do kind of like almost a clean-up pass around the neck. Very slick soap, very nice soap. Kind of what we'll do here is we'll pull the lather out of the brush to here, and then what I'm going to do get a decent spread. So I've still got some on my hand. My left hand is used for that bit of lather, and my right is used to shave. I like to skin stretch generally, but I don't tend to use this hand. I just kind of make a strange face. Perfect. And then again on this side. We've got quite a lot left over, so we can be pretty generous with this. Get the lather off the hand, so for the most part. I'm pretty happy with that shave. 7th shave with the OneBlade Genesis, getting more and more used to it. It's weird because the pivot's taking quite a while for me to really adjust to. I know people that have adjusted pretty much straight away, and some people that have taken a while. I appear to be one of those people that have taken a while. But hey, you know, you get better with practice, and that's my aim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wash hair, again, wash hair, and I'll see you guys for my post-shave. I'll see you in a sec. Hey guys, post-shave time, as per usual. Normal routine, we get our alum block out. So I've got the Gentleman John alum block. It was maybe $8 from Amazon, dirty cheap. Has lasted me a really long time, so I'm not sure about staying on this one. Every time I've used it, I've had less and less amount of stay. So there is a little bit, not much. Not much at all, really, so I guess that's a good sign. Second thing, to follow up, again, what I always use, my good old Thayers Witch Hazel. The stuff, don't know where I'd be without it in terms of wet shaving. I use it so regularly that I still have, you know, half the thing left, which is fantastic. And very refreshing. And my last part of my post shave, I've decided to go with my good old faithful Proraso White for sensitive skin post shave balm. One of my favorite scents. It's so standard at this point, but I love the scent so much. Let's get a good amount of this out. Bit more than I would normally use, but hey, let's really get that into the hands here. Oh, I love the scent. It's just so refreshing, the scent, like. It's probably one of the more expensive post-shave balms. Well, you know, you can buy an aftershave for $20, but as far as balms go, it's one of the pricier ones, I believe. Let's wash off the hands here. That was a very, very nice shave. Slowly getting used to this OneBlade Genesis, as I said, so I know its quirks at this point. I kind of know what makes the razor work, how it works, why it works. Been doing some research, been in contact with the company, finding out quite a lot of information about it. I'm trying to make a review of this razor that hasn't been done. There's been quite a lot of reviews, and frankly, when I was trying to make the decision to buy, I don't think those reviews were adequate enough for me, anyway. My review is going to be detail-oriented, in the sense that I'm going to be talking about materials, manufacturing process, difference. Saying that, one of the most fantastic reviews is the Sharpologist review, done by Mantic59. I'm going to link that in the description below. Fantastic review, tells you quite a lot. However, it's a written review, so it's not quite in the same format. However, it's still very informative. As I said, leave it below. Apart from that, it's been your host Jack with the Virtual Groom Room. Goodbye for now.